Thomas, listen to me, please. I'm letting you use your calculator because I'm trying to put the knowledge that you have about fractions so you know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide. Now you just have to see how to use them when you do the word problems. All right? So everybody has to write what you're doing down, and then you use your calculator to do the problem. Everybody with me on that? Sure. Now, do you all know there's that ABC button on your calculator, right? And that's how you add and subtract the fractions, if you don't remember from last year, all right, which we'll talk about. What?
Can you use calculators?
What do you think? Come on, man. If I let you use calculators in the class, you're going to use a calculator on the test. All right? All you have to do on the test is write out what you did on the problem. All right? So, where's your iPad? Okay, you're ready. Let's go. They want me to keep the iPads up because they're saying you guys are doing not some things you shouldn't be doing. So put your iPads up. All right. Now, again, we're going to start out with this fun little problem here. Lots of fractions, and you're going to have to help me. All right. So let's read it together here. So it says in questions 1 through 3, use the following information. Your drama club is having a bake sale to raise money for costumes. You volunteer to make cookies for the sale. The table below shows the amount needed per batch of cookies, as well as the amounts available for each main ingredient. All right. In order to make a batch of cookies, you need 3/4 cup of butter, 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 1 2/3 cups of flour, and 2/3 cups of sugar. Now, these are what you have. You've measured these out. This is the total that you have. All right. Question number 1. How many batches of cookies can you make? How many batches of cookies can you make? Well, again, this is what I have. All right. I have 2 1/3 cup of butter. So if I just needed butter, how much or how many batches can I make? What would I have to do to figure that out? Hold up. I'm listening. There you go. Listen to what he's saying. It is correct. For example, and this is what I want you to try to think about. Let's say it required 2 cups and you have 6. How many batches could you make? Easily. 3. Now the question is, how did I get 3? We just did 6 and I divided it by 2, right? So if all the ingredients I needed, if all I needed was butter, I would just have to take 2 1/3. Now everybody, I want you to put butter down. And I want you to say 2 1/3 divided by 3/4. And somebody tell me what that is using your calculator. 9 1/3 I have. Anybody else get 9 1/3? So everybody do that for me. 2 1/3. So you have to go 2 ABC1 ABC3 divided by 3 ABC4. What is it? What is it? 3 1/9. Anybody else? All right, so let's change that to 3 1/9. All right. Now you see it though, right? That's why you're learning how to use your calculator. All right, help them out. What?
Can you just do it like in your class?
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to teach you how to use the calculator. All right, so I want you to use your calculator. So for you on yours, alpha y equals, but you have to go down to this one. Then that's your number. All right, so you type in 2 1/3. Over 2 1/3. Come on. 1 down 3 divided by 7 3/4. Just 3. It's better.
I have the same thing.
Where at? Yeah, we'll use the other one. Use the other one. All right, save that for last next year. What?
is confusing.
Yeah, so here, see how it's this one right here. So second, what we see. Yeah, so it's 2, 1/3, and then divide by. Now, if you do it as an improper fraction, you should second. All right, very nice. All right, so again, you can make 3 1/9 batches. All right, but we have to go through all of them. All right, so then I want the brown sugar. All right, so how much do I need for brown sugar? How do I figure out that one? Someone tell me what I have to do. Go.
3 2/3 divided by 2.
Right, 3 2/3 divided by 3/4. Now everybody should be doing that on your calculator. So tell me what that is. Somebody said 4 8/9. Is everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Right, then we have to check out the what? The flour. So let's do flour now.
I wouldn't know, really.
So for flour, I have what? Go, tell me. Well, but tell me what to divide.
Oh, 4 1/2 divided by 1 2.
Exactly, and what did that come out to be?
2 and 7.
2 7/10. And the last one I need is sugar. So how many is that going to be? Somebody tell me on that one. Tell me. 2 1/8 divided by 2/3. How much does that come out to be? 3 3/16. Now again, it's not doing any good if you're not following along with me. You're not doing this on your calculator. Justice, are you with me? Or what?
So you have to simplify 1 2.
Well, the calculator already simplifies it. Calculator will simplify it for you. So now the question is, if these are your numbers, how many batches of cookies can you make? How many batches can you make? Tell me. 3. Anybody else? 3?
Actually, no.
Actually, only what? Actually, only 2, right? Now, why actually only 2? Because the flour, you can only do what? You don't have enough for 3.
Oh.
Did everybody see that? So this one, I could make 3 batches, 4 batches, 3 batches, or 2 batches. Since I need all the ingredients, I can only make how many batches?
2.
I can only make 2. Is everybody with me on that? Everybody understand what we're getting at now? All right, so 2 batches. 2 batches is all I can make. Yes. Yeah, look right here.
Yeah.
So the butter. How many batches could I make for butter? 3 1/9. How many for brown sugar? But when you're making something, can you really make a 1/9 of it? No. So realistically, I can only make what? 3. I can make 4. I can make 2, or I could make 3. Now, if I try to make 3 batches, what's going to happen? Am I going to have enough for butter? What about brown sugar? How many batches can I make for brown sugar? 4. So what would I have? So I would have enough to make 3. What about sugar? Would I have enough to make 3? But flour, would I have enough to make 3 batches? I can only make what? I can only make 2 then.
Oh, okay.
Right? Very important. Come on now. All right? Now I want to look at number 2. If you want to make as many batches as possible, how many batches am I going to be allowed to make? 2. So I want everybody to say I'm going to make 2 batches. If I'm going to make 2 batches, then how much butter do I have left? Hold on a minute. How much butter would I have left if I make 2 batches? How would I do that?
Well, you just subtract 2 batches of how
So tell me what numbers what am I going to type in on my calculator?
2 minus 3.
Ooh, for butter?
Oh no, 3 and 1 9.
Where are you coming up with 3 and 1/9? No, but I'm asking you. I'm making. Listen to me. Trust me. I know how to do these. All right. What I'm asking you is, this is what I have. Everybody, listen. This is how much I have. Butter. I'm making how many batches?
2.
How many batches I'm making?
2.
2. So if I make 2 batches, somebody tell me how much butter am I going to use if I need 2 batches? What?
3.
How are you getting that?
2.
Wow, come on, guys. Come on.
6. Oh no.
What would it be? You have a calculator. What?
2.
Man, I'm not sure what you all would sound me. If I make 2 batches of butter,
You have 1
I don't care about, you're not answering my question now. If I make 2 batches, how much butter am I going to use? Someone tell me. How did you get that? 3/4 times 2. We just did 2 batches. So everybody do 3/4 times 2 on their calculator. What is 3/4 times 2 again? I used 1 1/2. So I just used 1 1/2 cups of butter. How much money? How much would I have left then? How would I figure out how much I have left? Yes, subtract what? Minus.
1.
Yes. Come on, everybody knows that. Are you with me? Now again, it looks hard because of the fractions. Thomas, are you with me? So you have 2 1/3 cups. You have 2 1/3 cups minus 2 times 3/4. That's how you should be thinking about that. And then when I do that, type that on your calculator. I got what?
5, 6, 6.
I have 5/6 of a cup left for butter. Now, guess what I'm going to ask you about?
Brown sugar.
I'm going to ask you about brown sugar. How much brown sugar do I have left? Keep in mind that I am using, or I'm making 2 batches. So I want someone to tell me what I should be typing in on the calculator. You want to tell me what I'm typing on the calculator? 3/4 times 2, and then what?
3 and 2 thirds
No, not divided.
minus.
Yes. So for the brown sugar, you should be saying I had started with 3 and 2/3, and I'm subtracting out 2 times 3/4. And somebody tell me what that is. What?
2 and 1 6.
Thank you. Is anybody else come up with 2 and 1/6? Wait a minute. That's 3 and 2/3. I want to make sure you guys didn't. What did you get?
2.
Is that right?
2. What is that? 2.
So do me a favor, because I accidentally put a 2 down there. I want everybody to try it again. 3 and 2/3 minus 2 times 3/4. What is that? 2 and 1/6. Thank you. 2 and 1/6 cups. All right. Now, for those of you guys who are paying attention, I'm going to do flour now. I want somebody to tell me how much flour. How do I figure out how much flour I have left? Layton, how much flour am I going to have left? What do I have to do?
For the flour,
How much flour did I start with?
you started with 4 and a half.
Right? And how many batches am I making?
2.
2. And how much is each batch?
2/3.
For flour? How many batches, or how many cups for one batch of flour?
1 and 3.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Thomas, are you with me? So I need that information now. 4 1/2 minus 2 times 1 2/3. I'm waiting for Leighton. What'd you come up with, Leighton? Do you have a calculator with you?
No, I
Come
lost
on. That's what you need to tell me. Get a calculator.
Okay.
All right, what was it?
I don't want to.
1 1/2. 1 1/6. Try that again on your calculator. 1 1/6. Everybody's saying 1 1/6. I'm not saying you're wrong, just double check. 4 1/2 minus 2 times 1 2/3. Everybody okay with that being 1 1/6? 1 1/6 is good? All right, now the last one we have is what? Sugar. So we're going to figure out how much for sugar. All right, how much should I start with? 2 1/8. So now what? Minus 2 times 2/3. Thank you very much. How much do I have left? Tell me.
Where do you keep getting to?
Because we're making 2 batches.
Oh.
We're making 2 batches. All right, so how much is that? Somebody tell me.
19.
Is it 19 over 24?
Yeah.
Good job. 19 over 24. Now look, someone asked me, how am I getting the 2? It's important, that's what I'm saying. I'm not fussing at you. I'm just saying, I want you to ask me if you don't know. But I'm asking you, I've already done it how many times? 4, and you're waiting on the 4th one. Ask me at number 1. Or if you don't know something. What? Good. Beautiful. Exactly what we're figuring out. But the question now says, how much is left after we make 2 batches, Bradley? That's what we're figuring out. We're on B, or we're on question number 2. Is everybody good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Justice, you're in the game, right? Thomas, you in the game? All right. Now, number 3. Which ingredient will you run out of first, Bradley? You run out of flour. So, how much more of this ingredient would you need in order to make an additional batch of cookie? Now, let's say I wanted to make 3 batches. All right? I could make 3 batches if I had more what?
Flour.
If I had more flour. Everybody agree with me? So how much more flour do I need to be able to figure out if I wanted to make that 3rd batch? Explain.
3 tenths.
Oh, I don't know how you got that, though.
But so it's 2 7 tenths is how much you have, or how many batches you can make.
Right?
And so
You need what? 3/10 of a batch. I don't need 3/10 of a cup. You with me? So how many cups do I need? That's what the question is. Come on. No ideas. Nobody can tell me. I want to make 3 batches. Right? Let's say I want to make 3 batches of cookies. How much flour would I need altogether if I needed 3 batches? How much flour? Tell me.
3 and
3 what? No, I need to make 3 batches.
times it by 3.
What? Do I multiply by 3?
8 and 1 10. I don't think
What do I multiply by 3? Yes. Look, come on, guys. I know it's confusing because there's a lot of fractions up here, but I have 1 2/3 cups per batch, right? I want to make how many? 3. So everybody do 1 2/3 times 3. That means I need 5 cups. Do you agree? How many cups do I have?
4.
So how much more do I need? How much more do I need? Flour, yes. Wow. 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 How much?
1 and 1 9.
Wow. How much? Wow. Okay, guys, I'm not doing a very good job today. Sorry. Here we go. Listen to me now. No kidding. Listen to me. I thought you guys said if I want 3 batches, I'm supposed to go 3 times. And how much was 1 batch of flour? What was it? 1 2/3. Come on now. So if I do 3 times 1 2/3, I need how much flour? I need how much? 5 cups of flour. Is everybody with me? I need 5 cups of flour. I look at my bag of flour and I measure it out and it says I need what? Or I have 4.5 cups of flour. How much more flour do I need to make my 3rd batch? What? How much do I have?
You have 4.5.
How much do I need?
5.
So how much more flour do I need?
Did like one.
How much?
Short.
Why a half? You're right. I'm saying, how do you know that?
Because if you had 4 in 1,
I need 5 cups. I have 4.5. You understand why I don't understand? What are you thinking? I have how many cups? Right here. How many cups do I have?
4.5.
4.5. I need what?
5.
So how many more cups do I need to make the 3rd batch?
1.
Just a half. I just need a half. Why do I need just a half? Because 4.5 plus a half makes what? 5. Or we could just say to do what to these 2 numbers? Subtract them. 5 minus 4.5. I don't want you using your calculator for that. Does that make sense to you now? Right? Is everybody good on that? All right? So I need a half a cup more in order to make the 3rd batch. Does that make sense? Now I'm trying to, I know it's hard, that's what I'm saying, because fractions are just numbers, that people made them too difficult. You understand what I mean? So if you're having an issue, what if I said this? Look up, look up, look up. Let's say I didn't register. Let's say I needed 10 cups, and I only had 8. How many more do I need?
2.
Why can you do that so easily? Right? Because most people have trouble looking at what? Fractions and saying what to do. That's why one of the things that helped me out tremendously is I made these numbers so they made sense to me. Does everybody agree? Like if I said 10 and 8, it was obvious I needed what? 2 more. So what did I have to do to those 2 numbers? Subtract them. So that told me that I subtracted them. Does that agree? Does everybody agree with me? Come on now, listen. I know it's a struggle, but you're going to get better after we go through this worksheet. Right? You have to know how to use your calculator. All right? So here we go. All right, a little bit better now. So that was the end. All right, everybody take a look at number 4 now. 4, 5, and 6. All right, I need to move this out of the way. Bless you. All right, it says in questions 4 through 6, use the table that shows the distance you walked each day this week. So I walked 1 2/3 miles, 2 3/4 miles, 3 1/3, 1 2/3, and 2 3/4. How far did you walk over these 5 days? How far did I walk? What do I have to do? So take your calculator out and get to adding. And what did you get?
12 and 1/6.
Somebody said 12 and 1/6. Now, of course, I don't believe her, right? So 12 and 1/6. So I need someone to verify. Did somebody else get 12 and 1?
Yes, thank
Now, the only thing you're going to do is put miles there. All right, so now how do I find the average that I've walked each day? Who remembers how to find the average, Leighton?
So you add them all, and since there's 5, you would divide it by 5.
That's exactly correct. Did I already add them, though?
Yeah, so you just divide 12 and 1 by 5.
Yes, and tell me what 12 and 1/6. Somebody tell me what 12 and 1/6 divided by 5 is, since he doesn't have his calculator today. How much?
2 and 13.
Do anybody else agree with that?
Yeah.
2 and 13 over 30 miles. Is everybody okay with that? All right, I'm feeling pretty good. Joseph, are you with me still? Remember, you have not said a word today. Right? Am I worried about you? Yeah, I am. So I want you to speak up if you don't know something. Are you good so far? Are you writing all this down? All right. So now, for number 6, it says you plan to walk on Saturday. Uh-oh, this one's a hard one. How far do you want to walk so that you average 2.5 miles? You want to average 2.5 miles. I'm really proud of you. Tell me what you're thinking you would do.
Do you just do, oh,
It's
sorry.
okay.
I thought it said Tuesday.
Now listen to me. I'm going to add an extra day in. And I want to average 2.5. So what do I have to do?
You get the whole number and you divide it by 5?
We're going to have to eventually divide by what? Because there's 6 days. But right now, listen to me, guys. I want everybody to do this. Everybody's got to write this down.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want to average, come on, Thomas. If I want to average 2.5 a day, that means I probably should walk what? 2.5 every day. Does everybody agree? So look what I'm putting up here. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. If I walk 2.5 every single day, would you agree that my average is 2.5?
Yeah.
But some days I can't walk 2.5, right? I got to cut it short. Or I got to walk longer because I have more time. Does everybody agree with me? But I want to average 2.5 a day. So if I have to average 2.5 a day, how many would I have to walk for the whole 6 days? What would I have to walk for the whole 6 days to average 2.5? Come on. So on Saturday, I'm going to walk 2.5 miles, and then I've averaged 2.5 the whole week. What do I have to do?
You multiply by 6.
Yay! Pat yourself on the back. Good job, girl.
And I'm
So 2.5 times 6, because if I want to average 2.5 for 6 days, I've got to multiply 2 1/2 times 6. And tell me what that is.
15.
So I want to walk 15 miles in those what? 6 days. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Carly, do you understand that? Do you understand that? You sure? Don't say yes if you don't. What about you? Do you understand that so far? Up front, girls. Boys up here, you understand me? Girls over here. You understand why I multiplied by 6? Because I want to walk 2.5 miles every day. That's what that means. You understand me? Thomas?
Yeah.
All right, now the question is, hold up. What do I have to walk on Saturday to average that? What do I have to do? How did you get that? What do I do?
2.5 divided by 6.
No. What?
You add up all those.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I
didn't we
was-
already do that?
Wouldn't you?
Come on. What am I doing?
Oh, I'm done.
What?
So since that's 12, you just gotta add.
No, I know in your head you're right, but you're not thinking about it correctly. I know what you're thinking. Tell me.
You're adding up to 12 and 6.
No. Tell me.
It's the same pattern. So it's 3 and 1 third, and you
Stop. What do I need to add on the last day? I would just do 15 minus what I've already walked. 12 and 1/6. Now you thought something, right? What is that answer?
3 and 5.
No, it is not.
Wait,
No,
two
no.
and 5, 6.
Yes, 2 and 5/6 miles. All right, so we're going to review that tomorrow. Your homework is to do 7 through 15. That's all you have to do. 7 through 15. Homework, 7 through 15. Now, let's go, guys. Up and out, up and out, up and out. Quick. Do you guys go to lunch now?
No.